Welcome back to Evil Deedz, and we are going to be doing a what if on Dragon Ball. Anyways, this one's going to be based around Broly being sent to Earth instead of Kakarot. Just to get things out of the way, Paragus would have died since Broly didn't save him from the movie. Broly's power level was higher than Kakarot's. Since the bump in his head, he will forget about Kakarot altogether. Broly has a tail because he's a Super Saiyan. So in the Dragon Ball where it all starts, he would kill Grandpa Gohan and renamed, but we stick to Broly to make it easier. The first arc goes by faster, for example, Oolong Village. Yamcha would be scared of Broly from their first encounter, so he would stay in the desert. Monster Carrot would turn Bulma and Broly into a carrot, and that would be the end. Also, that creates another What If spin off. So, to keep the story going, the only thing that has a chance is that when Broly turned into a carrot, that he still could move, since his power level's high, like Super Buu vs Vegito fight, and puts them on the moon by using the power pole. Fire Mountain stuff stayed the same until Broly tries to do the Kamehameha and he nails by sending a beam straight through the car wall into a small village. Luckily it was abandoned. Pilaf Castle, with Broly knowing the Kamehameha, he can't be bothered to search the place, so he blew it up. This includes Pilaf and Shu's death, whilst Mia survived. Bulma gets the Dragon Balls and wishes for the man she desires. But since the dragon creator is a Namekian, that is Kami, the dragon brought over Nail from Namek. Bulma refuses that Nail is the man that she desires, so Nail tagged along with Bulma since he had nothing else to do. With Bulma frustrated and demands. There's a bit of D on the screen. Great. Or maybe not. Might be on the camera. It's on the screen. So, where are we? So, demands refuses that Nail is the man that she tagged along with Bulma since he had nothing else to do. With Bulma frustrated, she demanded an answer. With the only knowledge of the history, she heads to Master Roshi's. With Nail, whilst Broly goes alone on his journey to train with Master Roshi. So Broly arrives and has to look for a girl for Master Roshi. After that, Park Cullen arrives and goes to find launch. After that, Bulma and Nail arrive asking about the creator of the Dragon Balls. Master Roshi. Where are we? Cheetahs in pass. Master Roshi sends Broly and Cullen to go with Bulma and Nail to the current tower. Oh no, wait, not that far. So Master Roshi couldn't believe what he was seeing, so he defended himself against Nail. Whilst Nail has no clue on what's happening, he stays outside. Roshi tells the tale of the evil King Piccolo. That recording button 089 in place. Evil King Piccolo to Bulma, and that they are two people, and etc. Revealing the place where current tower is. Broly, Cullen, and Launch comes back. Master Roshi sends Broly and Cullen to go with Bulma and Nail to Current's tower for secret water, so they head to the place. Where they arrive, the tribe person tries to stop Broly, Cullen, and Nail from climbing the tower, but then noticed Nail, so he let them continue, whilst Bulma was waiting. she started to talk to the trap person and his kid. Killer started to tire out from the lack of training from Master Roshi, so Neil carried him for half the way until he got tired, meaning Broly had to carry both of them the rest of the way. When they got to the top, Broly and Krillin passed out. With Neil, he regained his strength back and talked with Corrin. Corrin trained to all three, with Broly being the first to pass, then Neil, but Krillin couldn't get there. So he stayed there to train whilst Broly and Neil went up to the lookout and saw Mr. Piccolo and asked about the Guardian of the Earth. But Popo says he's busy, so he tested out the strengths of Broly and Neil. Popo was too fast for both of them and tricked them into punching each other with them being tired. Kami came out, so Broly asked if Krillin and Bulma come up, and he nodded. So Broly called the Nimbus to get to the bottom of the tower to get Bulma, and started climbing again. Then he got Krillin and got to the top. Whilst Neil was talking to Kami, he found out about Evil King Piccolo and where to find the sealed item. So Neil dashed off and hunted for the item. Fuck, when I was Bulma demanded for a refund from the wish, but Kami refused. With Bulma being pissed off, she pulls out Uzi and starts shooting, but Popo in way and caught all the bullets, making Bulma powerless. Kami refought and asked what you want, so he found Vegeta from space and brought him to the lookout for Bulma. Bulma was pleased. Did scroll up to the top. Bulma was pleased at the sight of the guy, but Vegeta went nuts and noticed Broly's tail, so he challenged him to a fight. With them being an even match, then the full moon came out, turning both into the great apes. Crushing the tower, Popo saved everyone on his flying carpet, whilst Curry jumped out of his place with Popo catching him. But the tribe person was unlucky and got crushed along with the tower. So that full moon is the one from Pilaf's castle in the original anime. With the noise that Broly and Vegeta was making attracted unwanted attention. Called Mercenary Tower, flying on his pillar, but flew too close when Vegeta knocked Broly backwards, falling down over top of Mercenary Tower. He paralyzing him. Broly got back up and carried on fighting Vegeta, whilst Mercenary Tower was charging his beam. He pre-fired and took off Vegeta's tail, making him go back to normal. With Broly still a great ape, Vegeta had a hard time dodging. He resulted in destroying the moon with his Gatling gun, turning Broly back to normal, but fell asleep. Vegeta sends a key blast at Tao for vengeance. With Vegeta's tail now gone, he feels humiliation and doesn't want the others to know, so he plays along until it grows back. With Vegeta not having a scout anymore, he can be contacted by the others. Vegeta asked if anyone can fix this. Bulma says yes without thinking. So they head back to the city for repair, but since it was an alien tech, it would be a while and doesn't have the right stuff. Broly wakes up from the sound of the Dragon Radar. Vegeta tells Broly of his Saiyan race with a bit more information than Raditz did in the show. Being the prince of the Saiyans and his dad was the king, and that Frieza destroyed the home planet and trying to gather the Saiyans to help in taking down Frieza, and mentions that they are others, a Commander-in-Chief and his half-brother Raditz and his step-brother Kakarot. They are the half-brother thing and step-brother. They are theories on another altogether. So basically, Bardock went with Vegeta's mom or wife, whatever you want to think it. So that's how they got them. Broly puzzled of too much information and heads out looked for the 4-star ball. And Krillin went to Master Rosh's place to tell him all what's happened. Bulma's asked Vegeta to get part of the scatter, and it was located in the Red Ribbon Army base, so he went there and entered the base. I don't want to copy or select. Entered the base, blasting anyone who got in the way. A bit of Vegeta armor flew off. It came up against General Blue, which paralyzed Vegeta with his power, and captured him. Dr. Gero wasted no time on the kid and moved him to a secret location in the cliffside. Dr. Gero had no problems keeping Vegeta in control by promising him power and sparring against Androids 17 and 18 for data, which aren't androids yet. So they're kids at the moment. They're like the young versions. It's Dragon Ball Saga at the moment. Now received the seal item that has King Piccolo inside. Then he set off back to Kami's lookout and noticed the tower was in repair. With Kami and Popo out of sight, so he headed the only place he knew, and that was Rosh's, and luckily they were there. Training Krillin since he doesn't want to be outshined by Broly and Vegeta power. Broly searched high and low for the Dragon Ball and found it. Now he heads back to Rosh's place. Now with the King Piccolo seal item, hands it over to Kami and teaches the forbidden move to nail off fusing for emergencies only. Broly flew back and asked Krillin to spar with Roshi. Broly flew back and asked Krillin to spar. Then there be a world tournament taking place, so there's no need to spar. Broly got excited to have another good fight with someone like Vegeta again, so he began to train on his own in another place. After Broly finished training, he went to see what Bulma was up to. When he got there, Bulma came running out of the building, telling Broly that Vegeta had gone missing and the part she needed. So Broly goes to the Red Ribbon base. He finds loads of body parts in the snow and bits of Saiyan armor, and he encounters the ninja person, so Broly wastes no time in dealing with his trickery and beats him. Next floor is Android 8, that doesn't want to fight, so Broly walks past him versus Commander Silver, but he was no match, so Broly got the part and no sign of Vegeta, and picked up the armor to show Bulma. Broly heads back to Bulma, hands the part over and the armor. Bulma thought that Vegeta got killed, so she asked Broly to hunt for the Dragon Balls. Krillin still training with Roshi, doing the monk run whilst carrying an extra one, and not able to do a Kamehameha. Nami, Kami, Popo, and Korin travelled back to the tower and went to the top whilst Korin went back to his own. Now began to train with Popo for the tournament. Bulma made 2 new armors without the shoulder guards by thinking it will help Broly since he's a Saiyan just like Vegeta. Time passes, the tournament is approaching. Broly gathered 3 more Dragon Balls, and on his journey he's he encountered Tien, but carried on flying past them to return them to Bulma. Whilst Bulma gave him the scene armor, Bulma stayed behind to work on the scar. Broly, Nail, Krillin, Roshi, Oolong, and Launch met up outside of the tournament entrance. Noticing each person got stronger than last time they saw each other, so they raced her, and even Roshi as Chucky-chan. They all get through preliminary rounds. The lineup is Krillin vs Tien, Nail vs Chatsu, Broly vs Chucky-chan. Krillin and Tien fought a fight were close, but with Tien knowing the solar flare, he blinded Krillin and knocked him out of the ring with a powerful kick, breaking Krillin's arm. Nail and Chatsu fight wasn't close, with Nail stretched his arm, grabbing Chatsu and throwing him into the ground. He knows of his power from looking over the lookout. Broly vs Chucky-chan fights the same thing in the show, but this time Chucky-chan didn't have the height advantage, meaning Jackie received more damage than the kick to the face, sending him out of the ring. Nail vs Tien, whilst Broly gets a free pass. So Nail and Tien fight. Nail beats Tien from the training he had. With Popo outmatching, Tien is every way invading his attacks all the time and delivering blows on Tien. Once Tien was out of bounds by the ring out, he shot a Dodo Ray and caught Nail off guard, taking off his arm. Whilst Nail was regenerating, Broly jumped out and started to wail on Tien until Chatsu used his power to stop Broly. Then Nail grabbed Broly from his power. Broly and Nail fight the final round. It was a close match. Nail used the cloning, splitting into two people, dodging Broly's attack, but one got caught by Broly's tail, making one fall. So Nail went back into one person to get his speed back to normal. The fight lasted for a long time, with either side not budging. Nail sent out a beam from his hand, whilst Broly charged up the Kamehameha, making a beam struggle that blew everything away from the ring. Eventually Broly returned it before it made it back to Nail. The blast shot up into the sky. Nail fell to the floor, whilst Broly managed to stand making him the winner. After Broly recovers, he gives Nail a lift to the lookout to get a sensory beam of current. Krillin stays alive, heads back with Roshi. Broly goes and gets a sensory beam, so with that stays alive one, that's Evil King Piccolo's minion, where he kicks Krillin in the back of the head. Tambourine, I think. So Broly goes and gets a sensory beam and starts to gather the Dragon Balls again. Following the Red Ribbon Army's plans, gathering the remaining 3 Dragon Balls, everything is the same as the show, until General Black, as the robot mech, Broly destroys him straight away. With the new data, Dr. Jara started working on advancements for 17 and 18, whilst Vegeta was keep sparring with them, making each other stronger. Bulma has all the Dragon Balls from Broly, so they walk Shenron. Bulma asked to revive Vegeta. The dragon replied, he's still alive. Any other wish? So Broly wishes for the chairperson back. Nail, up on the lookout, told Kami that he wants to absorb the evil Piccolo. Kami lets him put Nail in a small room with a sealed item and left him to it. Long time passes. Next tournament, Rome repaired the skelter, now has full control over Evil Piccolo. Broly has aged, being stronger than he was. Can learn the solar flare. Vegeta has become an android with seeing abilities. Dr. Jora has put 17 and 18 into the pods, and Vegeta went headed for the tournament. So as you can tell, I just couldn't finish it, but it took me a long time to do this. About it took me a long time, about 8 hours or 7. So a lot of thought went into this. Pretty much hypothetical with Bulma's wish. That's why it's all changed, kind of. Because she would get that if Broly was there. So that way the path diverts from, pretty much. And the full moon is the thing what always happens in all my what ifs. Because that is like a scripted event. You can't change that timing. So whatever's happening at that time, then the full moon has to happen. The proper one. So for this tournament, Vegeta is the full cyborg, not like 17 and 18 is, where they're not human, but they have enhancements, abilities, or whatever, and can't, and they don't run out of stamina, and so on. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, or comment down below if you want to, it's up to you, don't have to. And if you want to see more of this, please put it down in the comments down below if you want to. And as you can tell, I'm still ill. With a blocked nose and a bit of a frog in the throat, if you want to say that. And in a bit.